6 months ago, I bought this abandoned farm in the mountains of Montenegro. It's a ruin with a piece of land covering a little valley and views over majestic surrounding mountains. It needed to be a place where you can write a book and find peace of mind, disconnected from our fast-moving society. A place where we can spend beautiful moments close to nature and living from the land, creating simple but special and in-the-moment memories. I have this deep desire to show my 2 little kids what it means to live close to and in balance with nature. That this is possible and that we can do things differently. So here we are, at my property and ruin in the mountains of Montenegro.
Mama.
Kijk, je bent er al, zie? Ja, trekken. Kijk.
The start of my story of finding my little dream house in the mountains for me and my family and her guests, and transforming it into a permaculture farm with polyculture raised garden beds and lush and abundant fruit forests. And when the time is right, little sweets for guests to stay and find a little piece of paradise. A luxury boutique resort. When we arrived after being away for quite a while, we noticed that the roof is deteriorating. So we decided, as we are here today, to clean up the surroundings a bit, so we can start with supporting the ruin and the roof as soon as possible. We love to keep the ruin intact, to preserve the history and craftsmanship. We like to keep it small and simple, and live with minimalism, although this is still a skill we have yet to learn to master. There is something about history, all the stories this place could tell. I can't help myself but imagining how it must have been to live here hundreds of years ago. The land is 36,000 square meters and situated in the northern western part of the untouched black rock mountains of Montenegro. It sits in over 490,000 of acres of the vast and majestic mountain plateau of Niksic, the rough and northern western part of the country. This rocky landscape of canyons, springs, forests, ridges and gorges is one of Montenegro's most dramatic secluded settings. It is karst landscape and what will be our greatest challenge. We have a little spring that produces water for the majority of the year, but the dry seasons are pretty tough. Up the hill there is an old water community reservoir of hundreds, maybe even thousands of years old, still being used by the locals. As there is more than enough rainfall, I will have to focus on capturing the water as much as possible to survive the drought during summer. This will be the main focus, next to getting a temporary home for the coming months. With karst landscape comes a lot of responsibilities for quality groundwater and risks like sinkholes. It could be that we had one on the property, something to figure out. Like a lot of other things in the wildlife, wild boar, wolves, foxes and snakes. I've been reading books about karst landscape and harvest watering to educate myself, but to be honest, I still have no idea yet how and where to start. But probably that is just it, to start and figure things out along the way. Standing here at my favorite spot of the property, I have the feeling that this whole process is going to be so much more than rebuilding a traditional Montenegrin ruin and setting up a permaculture farm and working towards a luxury boutique resort. It feels like a spiritual journey of rediscovering myself, being more grounded and connected to nature, and embracing my femininity and spirituality.